One. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Shenanigans. Yes, Rock?
The video that Rob posted is awesome.
Oh, God.
We're going to blow up the ocean!
Reinforcement!
Well.
Hey man, it's the Cheat Commandos. What are you gonna do? Best action figures ever.
Okay. Why don't you tell me the order in which you keep your watch?
Gerald is last.
I'll take the middle of the night.
Okay.
Since I know these little folk like to get their good sleep.
All right, let's take a look here then. Okay. The night passes quietly and uneventfully. But when you wake up in the morning, you can see the storm clouds haven't really shifted. They seem to be oppressing this region over here. Hanging.
You know, oppression isn't good.
Yeah, they'll start a revolution against the clouds at some point.
Fair enough. We need to let political natures take its course, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure middle management man over there knows. He gets it.
Absolutely.
Sitting there playing his guitar.
So,
Take a vow for the new revolution and all that crap.
So where to, boys and girls?
We're going to continue down the path.
The path has ended. You are at the edge of the Alardian Crest.
Well,
The
don't
road
worry.
kind of just disappears and fades into the grasslands.
We look at the Great Horn.
As
left.
roads do.
And go left. Boom. Okay, how far can you travel in a day? You can go about 24 miles in a day, so you can get roughly to the
Go that way.
the Tempian range itself, and then you're going to start running out of movement points as you have to start going uphill.
That way.
Not whatever way the rock is pointing. Any way but that way.
Hey
Really.
guys, why don't we hike those hills way off down there?
Oh yeah, get the high ground.
That'll,
That's pretty
once
good.
we get to the top of them, we'll be able to keep a better eye on those clouds.
Yes.
I don't know. They sure ain't moving. I think we'll be fine.
So you move towards the Tempian range, and as the day wears on, the storm seems to move towards you. And as you begin in the late mid-afternoon to ascend the hills, it starts to rain. First lightly, and then it starts coming down in sheets with lightning and thunder as the storm passes over you guys.
Wow, this sure is awful weather. I can't help but notice that our current leaders did nothing to prevent it.
God. You're like the worst middle manager at all. You're supposed to be like
What?
unifying everybody together at the same cause, not dividing them.
No, Neil, this is definitely what middle management does.
Bad
It's
middle
fun.
management of failing companies.
No, it definitely is just trying to take over the upper management.
Oh, God.
And because they can't, because they're so bad at their job, they're kind of stuck where they're at. So they just put that misery on everyone else. Like, that's what middle management does.
All right. Well, you guys are caught in the middle of a storm. Who's got a big tent?
All right, middle management man, this is your area. We're in the middle of a storm, so why don't you middle this storm somewhere else?
What?
If only I was at the apex of the rulership pyramid,
But you're in the middle of that
then
pyramid.
I would.
Actually, wait,
Yes.
you're not even on a pyramid. We're on a hill. Those aren't the same. Pyramids are pointy. We're on a hill. But the point is, we're in the middle of a storm, and you're in the middle of management. So why don't you do something and get the storm somewhere else using your middle powers?
You guys say soaked to the bone, standing on a hill.
It's
Well,
not
see,
a pyramid.
hills did used to be
We should
pointy,
probably
but then
not
they
be
got
on
worn
top of
down
this
by
hill.
rain like this.
Why don't we go be under something on top of the hill?
No, on the bottom of the hill. We don't want to be at the highest point with lightning around.
Is there lightning?
Why don't we want to be at the highest point in order to look out and see approaching enemies?
Probably because the hill
What
might
the
be
hell
too-
can you see in all this damn weather? We need to get away from the lightning.
All right, but I can see the rain, so
This team is so efficient.
Exactly. We can all see the rain.
exactly.
Is there a cave in this hill?
You can search the hills for a cave if you would like.
So you want
I
to
would-
be in the middle of a cave, in the middle of the storm, on the middle of a hill, but also in the middle of management.
Absolutely.
Sounds like you're going places, man.
One day, to the top.
I think we're breaking Neal.
One day.
All right, all right.
So, are you looking for that cave? I take it nobody brought a tent.
I brought a rock.
Nope, that would have been unnecessary expenditures.
Yeah.
That's for a
And-
future quarter.
Unless you
Or another
ran
department.
into... Unless it started raining. Which it has,
Yep.
so...
The
Yeah,
other
we're gonna.
departments failed to do their job.
All right, old man, use your old man powers. Find us
Give me
somewhere.
some perception checks. See if you can search and find a cave in a reasonable amount of time on these hills while it's
Nope.
pouring down.
Like I
Rock
said,
can't
Or
find
any
any.
sort of, overhang or something that would provide shelter.
see, the old man uses
Not
old
limiting
man
it to
powers.
caves.
Sure.
We're not going to go like, oh, that old shack isn't a cave. We'll ignore it.
Right. Well, Gerald does find a cave. That is what he was looking for. It is this kind of a narrow entrance of a cave. It's maybe 2 feet wide and like 8 feet tall. At first, it just looks like a crack in the rocks, but as it goes back, it opens up to the sides, and the ceiling drops down a little bit, so it's not quite ridiculously tall. It just comes down to maybe 7 feet tall.
All right. Is
And
it
then
a?
it opens up to be maybe a little bit farther than you can reach side to side, but it's dark in
Rocky-
here with the
Rocky boy.
storm, and you guys don't have any light. You can't really
Don't
see
worry.
where you're going in here.
I've got torches.
What are you
I
talking
can.
about, Neal? I have a continual light stone.
And
Well,
I've got
you'll
like
have to pull it out
2 of
then.
them. All right.
They're
pull
so
out-
cheap and wonderful.
Yeah, I'll pull out the continual
I
light.
hear they're only
lantern.
5 gold.
500
What?
copper pieces? What?
No, they're 5 gold. But here's the great thing: mine were free.
So, you guys enter the crevice. The storm begins to get a little bit quieter now that you're tucked away in here, and you've got your little light stone that you can see around. And you see that after you come in through that narrow kind of crack and it opens up to the full size that it is, it's like 7 feet tall, maybe 5.5 feet wide, and then it just goes way back. It keeps going more or less straight beyond what you can see.
Well, mine, this is an extraordinarily
is
big
looking
cave.
like it's going to get dangerous.
I'll
We
pull out
should
the
be
bigger rock.
wary of creatures.
You know what,
attacking
Rock?
us.
That deeper part of this cave here where we are probably is drier. I think as our primary fighter, you should sleep by the part that goes deeper into the hill.
Or we could just see what goes further down in the cave, find out there's nothing there, and sleep wherever we want.
All right,
Oh, are we going
but
down the rabbit
I'm not
hole?
nearly as strong as you, so you should take the lead.
Yeah, I know.
I'll take
And
the middle.
Gerald, with your keen perception, we need someone you can keep an eye out for attackers from behind. So you should form the
No,
back of the
no.
thing, and I'll take the middle.
You take the back. I'll be in the middle to heal Rocky Boy if we get into any scuffles.
He wants to be in the middle because he...
Heal him? How can you heal him? I thought you were a mage.
Nah, man, he's
I'm
one
a
of the...
cleric, you nimwit.
But you cast color spray.
Crazy, isn't it? It's all magic. All right, let's go.
Skills and powers is severely broken.
Yeah.
just
Are you
walk.
saying you're a cleric who's able to cast mage spells? That a cleric could masquerade as a mage if he definitely felt pressing need to? That's a strange and rare thing. I'm sure no one else in this party is like that.
I walk like 20 feet away from them and stop and just like, any day now.
Yep.
Hold on, we need to keep up with Rocky Boy.
Okay. You guys follow the rock deeper into the cave, and something becomes quite apparent quite quickly. It gets cold in this cave. Once you're like 20 feet from that front crevice, it starts to get chilly. You know, you're getting like goosebumps. It's so cold.
This is unnatural coldness. I believe the ground is supposed to have a constant temperature.
This doesn't seem like something you'd find on a random encounter table. Bit strange to me. I think we should go back to the front part and just wait.
Yeah, we could do that. Who wants to start a fire? It's gonna be this cold.
Fire would be a good thing.
Not.
So we're gonna go towards the warmer part of the cave.
Okay.
I mean,
That's the front
How
part
far
of the
did
cave.
we go? How far did we go back and it kept going?
it's
You went 30 feet, and then your light shone, I think, another 20 feet beyond that or something. Maybe another 60 feet beyond that.
Probably 60 feet.
So you could see like 100 feet into the cave, and it was still fairly straight and narrow.
Just unnaturally cold. What do you guys think might have caused that? Do you think there might be undead creatures back there?
No?
Where do you think
I
the
wouldn't
unnatural
know. I don't
cold
think-
might have come from?
I mean, what if it was some sort of
if
wizard?
you want to go and find out and be my guest.
Well, it just seems like maybe we should know before we get surprised by them in the night.
Or maybe we could just keep an eye out and wake us up when you hear it, so that way we're at least not surprised enough to just so we can have enough time to get prepared.
Well, I don't know. This guy is our friend Gerald here is both a cleric and a mage. I kind of worry that maybe in order to be so powerful, he has had to become a heavy sleeper.
Well, I mean, he is old.
No, I wake up like the rest of you.
He is old. Anyway, let's
I became this powerful because clerics are broken.
let's get this fire started.
I wouldn't know as a wizard.
I bet you are.
So, you guys can gather some small amount of shrubs and brush from outside, but it's all soaked to the bone. Does anyone have a fire building proficiency?
I have torches.
Yes, Gerald
That
does.
seems like a minion job.
You've got a fire building proficiency, Gerald?
I have fire building.
All right. You can get a fire
Yes,
started
Neal,
even
it's
with.
based off wisdom. Of course, I'd take it.
You can get a.
What,
You
don't
can
want
get a
me to
fire
roll,
going
Neal?
even with damp wood. Good job. No roll needed. And
No. Too bad. I'm rolling.
all right, roll it anyway. Oh, you
I
don't
can't
get a
get it
fire going. Literally the only roll that wouldn't work. All right, there's no fire, guys.
I
It's
know,
wet and it's
great.
cold. And you sleep through the night. Everyone goes to bed at the same time.
We take watches.
Same watches as before.
Take watches, Neal.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You guys
This
pass through the
seems
night.
like an odd clip. I I try to use obscure knowledge to see if I can think of anything special about these hills here.
Yes, there is something odd about these hills. It's a forked range. If you look at the map, the Great Horn has 3 different ranges of hills coming off of it. That's very unusual. Normally, you might have a mountain in a single range of things, but this is a mountain where 3 different ranges connect. It's bizarre. It's perhaps the only instance of this in the whole world, at least in Arcadia.
But I don't know any obscure knowledge about creatures that might live here that might be associated with cold or anything.
No, there's no lore of freezing creatures in this area. You don't get any of that stuff until you get way down here. Like South Drekis is where they have snow and snowlands and freezing creatures. But this area is quite pleasant, actually. It's actually known for its mild and wonderful temperatures. There's a lot of grape farmers out here. I guess they're not called grape farms, though. Vineyards. There's a lot of vineyards out here. Especially in the...
You're the one that wanted adventure, right?
Yes, indeed.
All right, let's adventure into this cave. This is kind of weird.
Well, it's the next day, and the storm is gone.
Oh, the storm's gone?
Well,
cool.
Storm's gone.
So I guess let's investigate the cave.
Oh,
We can still do that even without a storm going.
Yeah. What were you saying,
Take the
Gerald?
lead, Rock. You're so big and strong. I know you can handle it. I mean, you can certainly handle anything we could run into down there, right? The Rock?
Yeah, probably. Hey, Gerald,
Yeah.
I'll leave this up to you. Tell me when you want to turn around.
All right. I'll
And,
make that decision for us when the time comes.
All right, middleman, this is your adventure time. Hope you enjoy it. And start walking down the cave again.
Okay. You proceed back into the cave where it is chilly. Hair standing up on end to keep you warm. And maybe 200 feet back in the cave, your light shines across a halfling. The halfling's wearing bronze chain mail. It looks a little tattered. She has a short sword in her right hand and a dagger in her left hand, and she's kind of like frozen in place like a statue, with her left hand kind of back behind her as if she was falling and like was petrified mid-fall.
Like frozen
She
or
like
petrified?
ice frozen or rock frozen?
She's at the
or
very
she's still
edge
organic?
of your vision right now, just where the light is shining on her. So you can get closer and inspect her if you would like.
I'm going to turn to Gerald. Closer?
That's a red flag of hell no. I wouldn't. If there's something that can petrify or freeze people in place, we shouldn't be here.
Very well. Start going back.
I wonder if that halfling had any treasures.
You know what, middleman?
You go ahead and check then.
You find out.
Here, take my Continuate Pebble and go look if you please.
I'm afraid that might draw monsters if I had the continual light pebble. I'll feel my way forward in the dark, as would someone
do
who
that.
didn't have infravision.
So you're just
Okay.
going to poke around in the dark then, middle manager?
Using my infravision, yes.
What race are you?
I'm an elf.
Yes.
Because elves are broken in
Yes.
skills
they
and
are.
powers.
All right, you can easily walk up to the creature as the rest of the party keeps their distance, or are you guys walking away?
Just
right,
staying back, ready to run.
Is there like
got
moss
20
and mold and mushrooms and things like that?
He aggravates something, we have to fight it.
Okay. There's no moss or mold or mushrooms or fungus of any kind, but as you approach the halfling, the air around you grows colder still until you can see little ice crystals forming on the back of your hand. You can see
That's
that
odd.
this woman, although she's armed and armored, is as I said before, she looks like she's off balance, and her left hand that is reaching back behind her is touching this like spherical kind of fuzzy blue rock.
Fuzzy blue rock. Oh,
A
crap.
fuzzy, as in like covered with ice crystals.
He has the book.
You're gonna have to get. I mean, you're using your infravision, which is low light vision,
Right. Hold
and so it's
on,
kind of
hold on.
dim.
But it seems like it's definitely an organic person that's been frozen, not petrified.
Yes, the person
Metal
looks
ash.
frozen.
Mike, get back here. We can't let you die with a book. Come back, give us the book, then you can do this.
Stone able to perhaps with all this power someone could become a dark lord sitting on a frozen throne, perhaps with such a glowing
All right,
blue
girl.
stone of ice.
And this time I'm gonna like actually pull out a torch
Mm-hmm.
and light it
Take
up.
you a minute to light it. Okay.
Yeah. I'll light a torch. I doubt this will help, but I'm gonna get that book, and then I'm gonna come back here. And if he's still here in 5 minutes, I'm gonna be impressed. And so I'll like walk up to him with like the continual light thing and a torch. I'm like, hey Mike, give me the book.
Yes, the book.
Yeah, just give me the book, and you can continue admiring this fuzzy rock. Does it actually look fuzzy, Neal?
Now that you got this light up here, there's kind of a fuzziness to it. But
really
it's
weird.
really fine. You'd have to get kind of
yeah,
close to
give
get a
me-
good look.
Give me the book. Give me the book.
Yes, the book.
Just give me the book.
Oh God, yes, you should carry it. I think I've got the flu. I don't think I could travel today.
All right, cool.
I
yeah.
think we'll need to stay here.
All right, cool. You're not feeling well then?
No, I definitely
All
couldn't
right, I
travel
grab
today.
him
Oh, it must be something I ate.
I start dragging him back.
We should camp out here for the day. I'm sure it's a 24-hour flu.
Yeah, those are pretty bad. Yep. All right, let's go.
All right, everyone retreats back to the front of the cave.
Hey, Gerald, you got anything for him? He says he's feeling pretty sick.
You don't have cured disease, do you?
No, I don't believe so.
Yes, the CLW won't take care of this. Only a cured disease.
How do you know that?
All right.
Because as a middle manager,
I thought you
I'm
just slapped down the
fully...
magic and it works.
Oh, no. There's forms to be filled out. You have to make sure it's a covered illness. It's all covered under the Affordable Cleric Act.
Paper. You do your paperwork.
All right. Well, I'm going to pull Rock to the side and just ask him, what was up with that thing he was so focused on?
It was a blue, fuzzy rock, and it's really cold here. Like really.
Where was it?
You know about the frozen lady? It's like
Uh-huh.
right behind her.
And he was that fixated on it.
He's pretty fixated on it. He seemed to like it a lot, and then
And
he said
he
he wasn't
wants
feeling well.
he wants to stay here longer. I recommend against this.
Why? What's up? I mean, it's just a fuzzy rock. It's not like that's weird or anything.
No, but it being next to a person perpetually frozen is.
Yeah.
Yes,
But I mean, if he
I'm
isn't
very...
feeling well, are we gonna make him travel with us? Like if he isn't feeling well,
We could
come
leave
across-
him behind. Desmond
Yeah.
did say that he'd be okay if we returned without him.
Yeah, but that's kind of a dick move.
Damn, there
Well,
isn't
we can just say we're going on. We'd want to travel. He
Damn
can
it,
come
endure
with us or
cold is not nearly as good as resist cold. It's canceled by magical cold.
Or we could go outside and build a fire. Or we could build a fire in here. Or what if we warm up the back of the cave?
I don't know. I just have a very bad feeling about this rock. Not
All right.
you. It's us.
Oh, okay. Oh, about that rock. That's fair. That's fair. What if we build a fire outside and say we got the warm? Everybody likes warm stuff.
I'd say if we shouldn't be near him if he's going to tamper with that rock.
Hey, check the book. Maybe there's something about the rock in here.
I start flipping through the pages, realize it's all just like nursery rhymes. Do any even come close to describing a stone?
A blue fuzzy thing with cold stuff.
There is the story of Harold and the Great Red Rock.
Well, this one was like blue.
Yeah.
Anything blue and fuzzy in there and cold related?
There's a story about a big blue fuzzy dog.
It's pretty close. But nothing cold.
Not quite a
I
dog.
thought it was a big red dog.
No, it's a big blue dog and a big red rock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. As for cold, there's the snow. There's the story of the day it snowed in Berkshire.
Well.
Yep, that book was pretty useless. This is why you don't trust nerds. You never grab the right book.
No spells.
But don't worry, I always grab the right weight.
Alright. If we're going to stay here for an extra day, we're going to be nowhere near him at any point in time.
But what if he does something What if he does something crazy? I kind of want to see that.
If you wish to witness the insanity, you go ahead.
Yeah. All right, well, how about this? We'll build a fire outside. So that way, if anything cold comes at us, we've got hot and we've got miles to run.
Right. I can't run.
What?
I'm an old man.
Just throwing wrenches in my plans all the time, Gerald. You gotta make this so hard.
I'm sorry.
All right, we'll stay here for the night. Hey, Mike.
Why, yes, the rock.
Hey, we're building a fire outside. You should.
That sounds like a swell idea.
Yeah, if you're sick, you should come over by the fire. All that.
Oh, most definitely. That would definitely help me in my illness.
Yeah.
Fire may be the only solution.
Yeah, don't go near that rock again. It might give you a cold. So.
That might have been what happened to me.
Yeah, man. Just get by the fire, counter the cold with some hot, and that usually works out.
Absolutely. Fire might be the only way to counter the cold.
Yep. All right. Cool. And I proceed to get bored.
All right. Well, what are you guys doing?
Hold on.
Why don't I?
Hold on.
Tell you what. Why don't I read some fairy tales out of the fairy tale book to them on this board?
Oh, please hold. I just remembered something I believe I've read in obscure passages. I seem to recall somebody telling me a story about a moss that can absorb heat. It grows off of it, takes the heat of any creature or heat source it can get. We should be careful that this rock is not that moss. Or covered in it.
But a rock isn't moss.
A rock is not
It
moss.
was a fuzzy rock
You can
from
ask
what
the
you
rock.
told me.
Yeah, it's pretty fuzzy.
Yes, that was a
Very
strange moss-covered
suspicious.
rock.
Ooh, what if we threw a torch?
No, we don't
in?
know if it was moss-covered. In the meantime, I looked for a fairy tale to read in which the characters in our imagining of it could easily be played by the three of us, befitting our personalities.
Sure, you can find one like that. Tell me about this fairy tale that you're reading. How does it go?
I'm gonna look through and then I find the story of I don't know, maybe like 3 billy goats that are say being threatened by a troll, and the first billy goat is just really old and weak and scrawny and he's like, oh, I've got no meat on my bones. Oh, and I can't remember my color spray. I wasted it on somebody who didn't deserve it at all. But you should get my brother who's coming up next. He's fantastic and charismatic. And then the middle goat comes up and he's like, hey, this is great. No, I appreciate you're as a troll, you're like out there, you're a small business troll, managing this bridge. You're getting the customers to come to you. I like that. There's a lot of synergy going on here and definitely disrupting the marketplace. And so, you know what you should really do is aim big. I've got a big brother coming. He's absolute best. And you should not be shooting for these mid-level targets when this bigger brother is going to drop on you like a rock and really increase your profit margins. And so then the troll lets me go, and then the rock comes up.
Oh my god! Where are you going with this story, Rob?
You what? I was just doing how in every sitcom, whenever there's like a story, like all the people in the story are played by the characters in the sitcom, but you wanted a specific story.
Yeah, I guess I did ask for that, but I didn't expect the answer I was gonna get. Be careful what you wish for, kids.
Because sometimes you're Neal and you wish for a story. And
I think we're pretty good Billy Goat Scruff here.
All right, You guys are the Billy Goat Scruff.
We could have been 3 bears.
You could have been the 3 bears, but you're not.
Middleman, why didn't the bigger goat just go in there and kick the troll right away? That would have been
because he was finishing up another troll while the others were running away.
Oh, that makes
in
sense.
Fear.
That makes sense. All right.
Great. All right.
Okay, so
Now
once
what?
everybody's like asleep again, I'm gonna.
So you pass the whole day doing things.
Yes, reading fairy tales to entertain the rock.
Sure.
And I'll add like extraneous blood and gore battles.
Okay. That's good.
The famed 2-handed sword duel between Goldilocks and Papa Bear.
Oh, I haven't heard that
stuff.
Right.
That's a good one.
All right, and so I'm gonna once kind of everybody's asleep, I'm gonna grab a torch out of the fire.
Mm-hmm.
I'll grab actually a couple of the bigger burning logs here.
Mm-hmm.
And carry them torchlight back towards the blue glowing rock. And I'll
By
set
yourself?
them. Yes. And I'll set them on the ground. And yes, I know this is totally allowing you a chance to off my character the way you want to.
I would never do that. I'm not petty.
Using petty kids.
I enjoy seeing some characters die sometimes, but I'm not gonna kill you out of pettiness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that
what do you do?
definitely wouldn't happen.
Yeah, of course not. That's ridiculous. So what do you do now?
Where's this bachelor party? Anyway, sorry, cough there. And so I'm gonna set the.
You deserved that death. All right. Like that one was earned. All right. You ruined Borsch's marriage, basically.
No
Why do you think
way.
the whole
I'm
thing
giving
fell
an
apart?
Awesome marriage. I funded him to like his wife to get like a wonderful shopping spree, and
You sent her away from him on his wedding day.
yeah, and he had to go claim her like a warrior, like an orc. That was the whole problem later, is he didn't get to do all the orc stuff he wanted to in the marriage.
Well, maybe he wouldn't have wanted to do all of those orc things if you hadn't kind of tried to get him back into his orcish roots. He was happy living in a human town being a cook.
Are you blaming me for encouraging someone to embrace his native culture?
Someone who had spent a lot of time trying to break themselves away from their native culture because they felt it was toxic to themselves, and then you brought them back into it?
So he puts the torch near the rock. And
Actually, I'm putting these burning logs on the ground next to me, and then I'm going to take the rope, make a little loop at the end. I'm not going to go like full lasso, because lassoing a rock probably isn't going to work. And actually, what I'm going to try to do first, but not like the tightening thing, but I do make a loop. I'm first going to try to throw the rope and latch onto the halfling, and then try to pull the halfling back, so I can check out the halfling.
So you get like a loop attached to the rope. You've got some burning logs nearby, and you just like toss the loop over the halfling.
Yeah, from a safe distance. I'm not going to go so close that I start taking cold damage.
You got fairly close before. You got within 5 feet, and you weren't taking any cold damage. It was just chilly.
Okay. I was imagining like 30 feet away or something.
No.
Okay.
You can get quite close. Yeah.
Okay, so I drag the halfling. I'll stay 20 feet back and drag the halfling. Well, yeah, that seems like that might be out of range of any normal.
Sure, you
effects.
give her a tug, and the whole halfling just goes hits the ground with a loud clatter. Can I get perception checks at -4 from the Rock and Gerald to see if you guys wake up?
Yep, I wake
with
up.
a W. W-R-O-K. Rocky wakes up. W-R-O-K is how he spells the Rock. No.
It is W-R-O-K.
W-R-O-K, the Rock. She just can't believe your spelling. She's having a hard time with it.
Good. That's what I was going for.
Yeah.
Right. What was that? Like any good fighter, I proceed to run in without putting my armor on.
All right, you run back into the cave, or to the back of the cave, and you find mild-mannered Mike Michelson lassoing a frozen halfling. That's it.
She's just on the ground.
Yep, she's on the ground.
Not
Yeah,
Not shattered.
dragging her over to the fire.
What'd you find out?
Well, nothing. I just couldn't sleep thinking of this poor halfling woman left back here all by herself. I thought
That's not
maybe
what I
I could
asked.
drag her over to the fire and thaw her out.
What'd the rock do?
Oh, I haven't touched that rock yet, although you think I should? Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Thanks,
All right,
Rock. That's a great idea you have. You're full of great ideas, and we should definitely do.
I mean, I was just gonna chuck a log that's on fire at it and see what that did. But here, give me a minute. I can go put my armor on in case something decides to show up. You good? You cool with that?
That sounds like a great idea, The Rock. You are
Right.
full of great ideas. Nobody gives you credit for that, I don't think.
Yeah. Something like that. All right, I'll go throw my armor on, come back, and watch what happens when he throws a fire at the cold rock.
Do you leave Gerald
Okay.
asleep?
Now I'll probably wake him up and be like, "Hey, Gerald, we're doing experiments. Gerald, Gerald, wake up. We're doing experiments.
Oh God, not the rock again.
All
Not-
right,
not
so
you,
while
the
they're
blue
doing that,
rock,
I'm
the
checking
fuzzy
out the
rock.
halfling.
Yeah.
Thank you for waking me up, Rock. I'm talking about the blue fuzzy rock. We need to leave it alone.
Looking for loot on the halfling. Pouches,
Well, everything
gold,
is like
etc.
frozen solid, so her clothes are like stuck to her sides, right? So you can see there's like a bulge on the left side of her hip where there looks like there's probably a money pouch, but like the clothing is frozen and can't be pulled
There's
back.
no like belt pouch or anything I can just sort of snap off.
No, she's got like a big heavy cloak that was against her when she froze, and it's like kind of protecting all the things on her side and back. You could like see the front of her shirt and her pants and like her belt buckle and her sword belt, but there's no valuables dangling in the front.
Does the sword look magical or anything, or just like a standard
It's a
off-the-shelf sword?
it's a bronze short sword she has in her hand. The
Just like
scabbard is
Walmart
hanging on the
special.
belt. Yeah, it doesn't look particularly good quality or poor quality.
All right, I'm going to set her by the fire, but in particular so that the part like of her pants where the money pouch bulge is closest to the fire and will thaw out first, so I can get that
Okay.
at some point here.
Okay. When the Rock and Gerald come back, you notice that instead of kind of thawing out gradually, the whole halfling is thawing out uniformly and all at once. It takes just the few minutes of the Rock going back, putting on his armor, and coming back with Gerald. Maybe 2 or 4 or 5 minutes. Yeah, soon enough, the halfling is starting to like writhe around on the ground. She lets go of her weapons and starts like, oh, my head. Oh, what's going on?
Hello
Who are
there,
you?
little halfling. I saved you with my magic.
That must have been one hell of a brain freeze.
Oh, who are you?
Well, I'm the Rock.
Why, I'm Mike Michelson, middle manager and motivational mage.
He's middleman. He talks a lot. There's a blue fuzzy rock over there. This guy's old, and you were frozen.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice to make your acquaintance, everyone. I'm Carrie. What are your
What
names?
happened to you, Carrie?
What are your names?
I'm
the
Mike
Rock,
Michelson, middle manager and motivational mage.
and he's old. And I point to Gerald.
Old man, what is your name?
I'm sorry, you just unfroze rather quickly, and I'm suspicious. I prefer not to tell you.
He's old.
He's wise, too.
That's one way to put it.
Yes, Gerald is very cautious.
She nods
Yes.
approvingly and slowly sits up so she's cross-legged and like grabs her weapons and re-sheathes them and kind of like starts to shake out her cloak a little bit. Well, my name is Carrie. I'm a halfling.
Yeah, you were. We can tell.
Right then. I was in this cave and I heard a noise, and then that was the last thing I remember.
What kind of noise did you hear?
I was walking in the back of the cave and it got chilly, and then I heard the sound of stones scraping back towards the entrance, so I drew my weapons and whirled around, and that's it.
Well, when we saw you, it looked like you had fallen back and instantly frozen, and you were by that blue glowing, fuzzy looking rock over there.
Carrie never falls. Carrie has never tripped or fallen in her life. That would be ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. Really ridiculous. Really ridiculous. Never happens.
Well, perhaps you were frozen mid breakdance. I'm not sure. It just looked like you were leaning back with your arm. But halflings
do
are
not-
known for their breakdancing ability, so
I'm going to point at the blue fuzzy rock. You know what that thing is?
It's a racial stereotype, and I do not approve of you fanning the flames of it. Just because we're short and stocky and have excellent dexterity doesn't mean we're all break dancers.
Maybe not. But do you know what the blue fuzzy rock is?
Blue fuzzy rock?
Yeah, turn around. Look over there. Blue fuzzy
She
rock.
crawls on her hands and knees over the blue fuzzy rock and goes, "Ooh, it's cold."
Well, don't touch it. That's what you did last time, apparently. And then
At least that's what we assumed.
Yeah,
We assumed that the rock froze you. Not this rock, that rock.
Yeah.
What rock?
The blue
That
fuzzy
rock apparently freezes you. This rock over here
I just dunk.
kills
That's
you.
a rock? That looks like a person.
Yeah, I'm the rock.
The person is the rock.
Yeah.
And that rock is a rock.
Is this a who's on first thing?
No, I'm just the rock. That's a rock. That's a fuzzy rock.
Your name
Gerald
is the
starts-
rock.
Yes.
Gerald starts backing away to like 40 feet.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn around. And
He's like the artist formerly known as Prince, except less
What happened to Prince? Did he
fancy
lose?
and more
Did
mineral?
he get deposed?
Not
Was
the
there a
prince.
peasant uprising? Is he no longer
No.
the prince?
No, not the prince. The artist
Well, I
formerly
mean,
known
you've heard of
as Prince.
you,
Well, yeah, but
you
he
didn't
was a
hear about
prince.
the Prince and the Revolution?
No.
What? Oh, I'm gonna chuck the brain
no.
log at the fuzzy
I
rock.
thought
that a
everybody
song?
knew about the Prince and the Revolution.
So I'm gonna throw it, and I'm gonna like start backing up.
Oh, come on, Neal. Prince and the Revolution? That was his freaking band.
I don't know that. I don't know any Prince songs or anything about Prince. I'm sorry. I live under a rock.
No, you don't. You live under a roof.
Well, I can name like one member of the Rolling Stones, so that's how bad it is. I'm sorry. Anywho, you guys are hanging out with Carrie now.
No, I said I throw that burning log at the blue fuzzy rock and start backing up. Well, it's mid-flight.
All right.
I got bored. I just wanted to see what had happened.
I gotta look up rocks saving throws versus crushing blow.
Not hard. I just like kind of toss it.
I mean, you said you threw a burning log at it. It sounds like you're trying to break it to me.
No,
Maybe,
it sounds
maybe
like I'm just
no.
trying to.
You're trying to see if fire and ice.
Okay. Well, then you hit it,
created-
and the rock kind of rolls over a little bit because it's round. It's kind of
But it doesn't like do anything fancy.
nothing fancy happens.
All right, cool. Well, that was a letdown.
It's not displaying anything that could be the secret of creating a frozen empire that rolls across the land.
It's not good. If it has a secret
Embracing it
to
all in its
creating a
icy grasp.
frozen empire like that, it's not going to spill its secrets right away. You need to woo it if you want to get its secrets.
Yeah, you should go get up and personal with that rock there, Mike. If you want to know that stuff.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take all my blankets, my bedding, and I'm gonna so do I have more than one bag? Let me look at my list here.
Hey, Mike, you should get a stick and poke it.
How big is this rock?
About yay big? What's that, like 6 inches across, 8 inches across?
Oh, it's an itty bitty rock.
Would it
Yeah, it's a
fit
small little
inside a
rock.
scroll case?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just a little too big. Like maybe if the scroll case was left partially open and bungee corded shut, but it would still have like a little section where the rock would be edged out of.
Would it fit inside a belt pouch, or is that too big?
A big belt pouch it could fit in, but not your normal
Or-
everyday belt pouch.
Or I have an
Okay.
idea here. Would it fit in a bag-shaped mask? Like pretty much a sack of cloth you stick over your head as a mask.
Totally.
All right.
Do you have a
Yes, I have a Michael Jordan mask from that episode that Greg ran.
Michael Jordan mask?
Yeah, remember when we had to go grab those masks?
I thought they were hard wooden masks.
The ones he gave us were. The one I made was like a cloth because I like utterly failed that roll. And he was like,
Right. Okay. Yeah, it's got like a hooded mask that you might wear if you were gonna go try and terrorize the neighborhood or the countryside.
Finally found a use for this thing.
Sure.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, I got something that might help you there. If you put it in this bag.
So without touching the rock, using like a stick, can I kind of like push it in there?
If you mean by a stick your bare fingers, yeah, totally.
I'm not going to use my bare finger to touch
He has
the
a
rock.
silver
Well, you
dagger.
already said you did it, so we've done it now.
No, he said
I never said I did that.
I'm just teasing. Yeah, you can find a stick or you can use a dagger or, whatever, and you can roll this rock carefully into the bag so none of you ever touch it with your flesh.
And then I'll wrap it up in the in my blankets, like
Sure.
Several layers until it's like a big thing like this with the rock down in the middle.
Okay.
Is it still like causing lots of cold, or are the
Well, the
blankets
area is
insulated?
still cold. It's hard
Let's take it
to
outside.
like. There's not an immediate you cover the rock and all of a sudden it gets warmer, but everything around you is frozen. You're still in a cold part of the cave. That makes sense.
All right. Well, let's head out and see if we're still experiencing the cold or if we've properly insulated this thing.
All right, you head back towards the front of the cave. The storm has completely blown away, and there's nothing but clear night skies. You can see the stars. You can see the constellation of Martha high above in the sky.
I'll wave at it.
Twinkles back at you slightly.
Excellent.
Neal, Gerald's going to stay away from the halfling, but keep a very keen eye looking for anything
Sure.
suspicious.
The halfling kind of does some stretching. She gets up and does some toe touches and sky touches. And
Suspicious stretching, Neal?
I don't know what suspicious stretching looks like.
Stretching?
Oh no.
Well, God, I feel like I've been stuck in the same position for a long time. Say, what day is it? What month is it? What season is it? Does
Hey,
anyone
Gerald,
know what
what-
year it is?
Yeah, Gerald, what year is it? I keep losing track. Oh, wait, no.
What?
It's about 6351.
6351.
Yeah, 6,351.
What? What's the suffix on that?
I don't know. Let's just.
What are you keeping track of from?
I just have that number written down for how old Desmond is.
What?
Yeah,
What?
I just have Desmond is 43-ish at 6351. Gotta love these notes I write down.
6351 doesn't make sense at all. That's
Hey.
not. Oh, is he 6'3", and then 5'1" is?
Oh, no, it's definitely the year.
It's not the year, that's for sure.
Then I'll blame that on you because it came out.
Anyway, Neal,
Right,
does Gerald know
right.
what year it is?
He does probably. Nick, do you know what year it is?
No, because you never. You're-
Me
God.
personally, no.
It's only mentioned every few episodes and on the map
Here?
on
No.
Regal Goblins and
Okay, on the
mentioned in
map.
all the other campaigns that we're ever in.
Not this one, Neil. Not this one.
Yeah, Neal, I'm pretty sure you've told us to just write that Shenanigans doesn't have like a definitive year, like in relation to all the other campaigns.
Okay, it's okay. It's the year
It's
1509.
impossible for anything.
Maybe 1510.
That's the first
by
time
now.
I've heard that.
It's all right. You guys just weren't.
1509, all
You
right.
guys just weren't paying attention before. It's fine.
Never said it. I definitely got that number down.
Yeah. Anyway, you tell her the year, and she nods and goes, "Okay, that's not that bad. It was 1509 last I remember. What month is it?
July.
Oh, well, I haven't been gone that long then. Lovely.
Only a month.
Yes, it's only been a few months since apes took over the world and humans became hunted.
Yeah, I mean, like this monkey right here, he's pretty crazy, you know?
How do halflings stand these days?
Pretty short.
Yeah, yeah.
How original! Making a short joke to a halfling.
I mean, I make short jokes at the old man all the time, so.
I wasn't
How
making a short
original.
joke. I was just commenting on what your height actually is. Why would that be a joke?
All right, I'm going to get all
Aren't you
these out
proud
right
of your
now.
height?
So that
Why would
way-
I be proud of something that I can't control and I have no influence on?
I don't know. Lots of people are proud of that.
Lots of
There's
people are
some
idiots.
people who've inherited vast fortunes and then act like somehow they earned them.
Well,
And that they're very intelligent for having them. And that they deserve power because they inherited a fortune. Just,
there
people-
are a lot of people who are a little high and mighty, aren't there? A lot of people who take pride in things that they shouldn't. Pride in their
There
good
are.
fortune or their bad fortune, one way or the other.
It seems like those kind of people should be overthrown.
I agree. I don't like those sorts of people. I don't know about overthrowing them, but I really find them unpleasant and distasteful.
You know, we met a group of people a couple weeks ago, or last week, that I think you'd really like then.
If someone were to rise up
They
and
have
try to
time.
strike down those kind of people, I feel like I would join that side. If hopefully someone will come one day with the strength and courage to do that.
That sounds very militant of you.
Don't worry about him, he's middle management. It's not like he actually does anything.
Well, I mean, it just seems like don't you get angry sometimes when you see
Is
how
it cold outside?
the
No.
peasantry is treated?
Huh?
I mean, it's
don't know.
nighttime, but it's not freezing.
Okay. But it's still freezing back in the cave.
If you head back to that same spot where you were before, you can still see the ground is kind of icy. Yeah.
But does it feel nearly as cold?
You're
Has it
asking
warmed
you're asking whether or not you
feel
can
like-
tell whether the orb has, like, the movement
Yeah.
of that rock has changed the temperature
Yeah.
in the cave. And I'm telling you that not enough time has passed to notice, because
So what
if
you're
the
saying
cave
is
were
no,
that
it
frozen already, it would still be that cold.
But what you're saying is no, it hasn't.
So no, you don't
Not
notice
yet.
a difference in the temperature, but that
All right,
doesn't
here we
that is not the
Yeah.
end all be all.
Yeah, it hasn't
All
been
right,
long
so
enough for it to change.
So as far as the rock is concerned, the rock wasn't the source of it being cold.
Sure.
So tell us about yourself, Gary. Who are you? What were you doing in that cave?
Gary?
Carrie.
Carrie, thank you. Well, I'm just a mild-mannered halfling adventurer off for glory and treasure and all sorts of wonderful things, and I came into the cave to get away from a boar. And then next thing I know, I'm on the ground with a headache, and there you are. So where are you guys going? Maybe I can join you.
Sure, yeah, sure. We're just going to the library. Deliver a book. That's all.
You're a boar too. Maybe I won't join you.
Yeah, I know, but usually we tend to find trouble. I don't know, like one time we
That's
were
probably for the best. You should probably get away from here.
Yeah, one time
Well,
we
can I
found
at least thank you for saving me and rescuing me?
Yeah, don't find another boar.
All right. Maybe I can. She rustles around in her pouch and produces 10 gold pieces and takes one of them away and hands the 9 remaining to you. And goes, maybe I can pay you for saving me. I don't have much.
Yeah. Yeah, if you head east towards Berkshire, there's
If
good
that's
stuff.
all you have,
Why,
if
thank
that's
you,
all
Carrie.
you own, then you should keep it for yourself.
She pulls back 3 coins. Why, thank you. And keeps her outstretched hand of 6 remaining towards Mike Michelson and the rock.
Well, now, Gerald, she's trying to say thank you. I'm not one to turn away somebody's thanks. Then I'll take my 3 gold.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
fairly
yeah,
broke.
it's no problem. I mean, literally, it's no problem. I mean, we got a really cool rock out of it, too, so have yourself a good one.
Okay. She looks out. It's nighttime. Mind if I just crash here with you guys and I'll just take off in the morning? You know, doesn't really feel like going and hiking around the hills in the middle of the night by myself.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I got no problem with that.
Okay. Well, good night. Unless you want me to take a watch, but I kind of feel like I could use the sleep.
Nah. I mean, you are a little fuzzy right now, Neal, but like your camera went out of focus. There we go. Don't worry, chat. We got it. You don't need to stay watch. Get a full night's sleep.
She goes to sleep. And then you guys take your normal watches. I guess you're already partway through the night.
Yeah. Before whoever takes the first watch takes first watch, I'm like, keep an eye on her, just in case. I trust her, but never a bad idea. And then I wake up.
This all happened during Mike's watch. I suppose it should be your watch soon, Rock.
That's a good point. It is the middle of the night. I forgot about that.
Okay. So, Rocky, can I get you to make me a perception check? And Gerald, can I get you to make me a perception check?
Oh, barely.
Ooh, that's a good perception check, Gerald.
I'm keeping a really sharp eye on everything.
Oh, he's under
Gerald's
paranoid.
very suspicious.
Where's my thing? It's going to take a while. Maybe. Here, why don't we go to break? I got to look something up. It's going to take a little while. When we come back from break, we'll just see what happens. So see you guys on the other side of a break. Bye-bye.